All right, what's going on, guys? I have a really cool video for you today. If you guys have been using OpenClaw as much as I have, you know there is a lot of issues with memory. So I actually do a lot of consulting for OpenClaw, and one of the number one questions or number one complaints is that their agent forgets everything. Between message to message, it really loses that context. And that's because a lot of these features aren't enabled by default anymore. In some of these recent updates, they have actually turned these features off until you enable them. Before we get started, can you guys please like and subscribe for more content like this? I spent a lot of time really perfecting my OpenClaw. So it takes me a while to kind of learn these things and set them up. And I just want to give them to you guys. So I appreciate the support. Let's get into the video. So I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to show you the exact prompts on how to do this. And if you want these prompts, they're going to be for free in my WAP community. Go join up there. There's a lot of really good content for you. So the first one to talk about is memory flush. So the way this works is that you have a context window. And when that context window gets full, it compacts all of it and gives it a summary. That's why you'll send it one message and the next message, it has no idea what you're talking about. So what memory flush does is that right before it compacts, it saves this conversation history to memory. So that way it has the full transcript and you don't lose anything. So I'm gonna go hop over to this fresh bot. I spawned one on OpenClaw. It's a pretty cool way to get up and running in a couple minutes. So all you need to do is just tell it to enable auto capture, and then you can also paste in this config. And for these, you're gonna need an OpenAI key. They made it so that you actually need that key to store the memory. So it's gonna read this message, it's gonna learn, it's gonna look for this setting, and it's gonna restart. It may have a little bit of issues restarting, but usually it comes right back up. At first it didn't know what it is, and then it found the setting, it enabled it, and it actually automatically restarted your gateway for you. So is this easy as that? So all you need to do is tell it to enable memory flush. Next, we're gonna do auto capture. So now your agent is gonna proactively save things to memory that are important. Before, it didn't really know when to save it, or it didn't have permission to save it. And now by enabling this, you shouldn't really lose any context anymore. So I'm gonna say enable, go over here and say enable. I'm just gonna paste this whole thing. It should understand what I mean here, and then go ahead and enable and restart the gateway. So it is possible while you're messing with a config that it's going to have an error. If it stops responding, you can go into the CLI and run OpenClaw doctor -- fix. And what that'll do is reset everything and fix any of the errors, and it should be right back up. For example, here, it looks like it got stuck. You can go ahead and send another message and see if it's awake. So if you guys are running this on OpenClaw, there's this button at the top right that says run repair. This will automatically run that command and fix your gateway. All right, guys, I'm back. I apologize. It's been a whole day between the last recording. I think there's some cedar. I think allergies are kind of running high right now in Texas, so forgive me for that. But I'm back. Let's get through this video so I can actually post it. But first, so you see this prompt worked, and again, if I'm gonna say it 1,000 times, you must have an OpenAI API key in your system, or this will break. All right, I'm not saying any more. Cool. Let's go to the next one. Next, we're gonna go to semantic memory search. This is a really cool one. This is actually new. So if I pull up docs here, so it's actually called vector memory search here on the docs. It's the same thing, semantic queries. So again, this also needs OpenAI key. So please put one in. Or you can use Gemini or Voyage, but I don't know who does that. Anyways, this is basically enabling vector memory, like a vector database. So this is what we had to do back in the day. I say back in the day, but it was like a year or two ago when we wanted to give basic LLMs memory. So if you had like a basic app with OpenAI using the GPT AI or the GPT API, you'd have to set up a vector memory or vector database for this. But this enables it locally. Basically, if you've ever talked about it, it should be able to recall that memory. All right, let's go ahead and do the prompt. So I'm going to type enable. There we go. Send that in. It's going to find this config and it's going to update this. There we go. It's going to enable it. Perfect. We're all good. Everything's good. Next. So this one is not really one you enable, but here's just an example. You can tell your agent to remember, and it's going to remember. After enabling all of these settings, you can now just say, remember that I prefer Tailwind over plain CSS. Okay, cool. Then you can tell it to store this, but you can also tell it to forget. So if something doesn't work out or you don't really like the way it's going, tell it to forget it. Forget the topic, forget you talked about it, and it'll actually remove that from memory. Next, we're going to do the session memory hook. So you can enable session memory. I actually don't use sessions. I have used the same session from the day it was called CloudBot. Everything's kind of worked out for me. I haven't really had any issues with it. But if you guys have issues, you can enable this and then have multiple sessions. So all good here. There's also some CLI commands that you can do. So if you want, I'm just going to show you right here. You can have it search the long-term memory for Stripe. Or you can rebuild your memory index. So if something's not really working, you can actually rebuild this and hopefully kind of fix that structure. So those are some really good ones. And then I'm going to get into some more advanced ones. So we have a hybrid search. So you can do vectors and keywords. So if you wanted to say enable hybrid search, so enable. And then again, guys, all of these are going to be in my free WAP community, so you can get these and just copy and paste everything. So this is really good for basically what it says here: exact IDs, error codes, var names. So if you paste this in, send it, boom, done. So now you have hybrid search. This you'll actually notice a pretty big difference of getting really fine details that you need to recall. Then you can actually enable a different memory file structure. Where you have daily logs, and then you have your memory.md, which is long-term memory. So enable this. And that's what's cool about this OpenClaw agents is that you can really customize them to exactly how you want them to be. It's funny, you know, when I had a customer on every claw tell me that they don't know how to use it, or why am I charging money and not teaching people how to use it? Well, it's open source. So the goal is that you build this agent to be how you want it to be. This is your assistant. So you need to form that relationship with it and build it how you want it to better serve you, basically. So I'm going to try to provide as many guys as possible. I'm going to have these videos like this, but it's really up to you to teach it and train it to be exactly what you want it to be. So yeah, this is good. Memory structure created, everything's good. And then there's some more CLI commands. I'll paste those in the community. I don't want to go through all of them right now. You guys are probably interested, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to make a quick video. This should be a dramatic improvement to your bot. I think you're going to notice on day one how much better this is. So thanks guys, thanks for watching. If you like this, or if you got any benefit out of this, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be posting a lot more like this, and then that's it. Appreciate it.